watching the Olympics. I like to see people do incredible things that are beyond the abilities of most of us. Now, one of my favorite Olympic sports is long-distance running. You might find this hard to believe, but my interest in running is mostly as a spectator. What fascinates me about distance running is the discipline required and all the different tactics that runners use. Some want the lead immediately, some hang in the middle of the pack, some lurk near the rear, but all are planning on making their move at some point during the race to try and finish first. Like a long-distance runner, a superior student needs a strategy for success. You can't peak too soon, you can't stumble or fall, you can't let yourself get too far behind, and most importantly, you have to pace yourself. Over the course of our program, I teach 5 different classes. That gives me many chances to observe our students in a lot of different situations and environments. I see them in the classroom, I see them on set, I see them at their best, I see them at their worst. Every year there are a few students that excel. It's always interesting for the faculty to see which students run at the front of the field. It's not always the ones that you expect. Sometimes there's a dark horse in the race. This year we've been blessed to have a really strong group of contenders for the honor of valedictorian. The dark horse, Adam VanderStelt. I first met Adam a couple of years ago. He was an exceptional musician. He loved music so much that all he wanted to do in life was play. Then last summer I heard he was coming to Compass, and my first reaction was, really? Film school? But he's a musician. Well, I'm here to tell you that Adam has really expanded his horizons. Yes, he still loves music. He's darn good at it, but he's also a first-rate filmmaker. He has shown endurance, leadership, passion, kindness, and skill in his race for excellence. And there is nothing in the world of film that this man can't accomplish. We challenged him to excel, and this dark horse ran the race of the year to finish in first place. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the valedictorian of the Compass College of Cinematic Arts, class of 2012, Mr. Adam VanderStelt.
Thank you. Speeches don't write themselves. I found this out this morning at 3:54 a.m. It wasn't that I wasn't forewarned or that I didn't have any ideas, or that I didn't know what a valedictorian speech was or what they are supposed to be. It wasn't any of that. Sure, I would like to say that the reason I didn't have a thing written 2 days ago is that I have a weekend job, or that I haven't been sleeping well, or that I locked the keys in the car last night while I was away, which is true. But it wasn't any of that either. I could blame it on the end of the year workload, or tell myself that I deserve a break from writing, and yes, I have earned another scoop of moose tracks and another rerun of Scrubs. That I have too much to do and not enough time to do it. But if I'm honest with myself, I know all of these excuses aren't valid or true. If I'm honest with myself, brutally honest, I could look back at the last 3 years of my life and see an overarching pattern of broken promises to myself, procrastination, and an unnerving apathy for the quality of my work. And I don't believe these patterns happen because I'm a bad person, self-loathing or self-deprecating, and I don't believe for a second that it has to do with a family wound, an unsupportive wife, or an uncaring friend. In fact, I know that I'm loved, supported, and cared for. If I'm honest with myself, the reason why I'm frantically writing this speech at what is now 4:14 a.m. and why I have seen the aforementioned patterns in my life is because I failed to set realistic goals and clear deadlines. I had big dreams of wowing you with a carefully crafted story, of course, following the hero's journey, laid out clear, beautiful argument for living your dreams. It was going to be allegorical, metaphorical, whimsical, delightful. It was going to have a knight, or maybe two knights, and a princess, and a dark lord, and a pun-cracking sidekick. And then I realized I don't really like writing about knights, princesses, or dark lords. And allegories and metaphors aren't really my strong suit. And so I realized on Monday night that I had not set a realistic goal for this speech. That was Monday. Tuesday I had to work all day. But not really. I wasn't called in, didn't have any meetings, and all of the work that I did do yesterday could have waited till tomorrow. I told myself all day that when I got home, I would work on the speech. Not finish it, mind you, work on it. So when I got home from work yesterday, I opened my laptop. I created a fresh Word document, titled it Speech, in bold, underlined Comic Sans. Shout out to James. And put a period at the end as if I had conquered or claimed a new land. Then I saved my work. I closed my laptop. I ate 3 Oreos and went for a victory lap around the block. I had done work. Kinda. But I didn't set a deadline as to when my speech would be complete and presentable. That was Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday, 4:38 a.m. I've eaten all the Oreos. I'm looking around the room for inspiration. I am pacing, being careful to avoid the known creepy spot in my floor. I am looking in my refrigerator, scratching my head, alphabetizing my CD collection. I am hoping and praying that we have a snowstorm to cancel this ceremony. I am staring at my computer screen, wishing the most horrific things upon my blinking, unmoved cursor. And then I decide that I will write something honest about something I know in a way I understand. And I set a realistic goal. And then I tell myself that if it is 5 o'clock a.m. on Wednesday, August 8, 2012, that I will have a finished speech. And I've set a clear deadline. To the class of 2012, in order to accomplish what you desire to do, you must set realistic goals with clear, defined deadlines. It is 4:49 a.m. and I have finished something that I wanted to finish. And I feel victorious. And I'm going out to buy more Oreos. Thank you.